What is going on, guys? Civil World Solutions here, back with the start of a new season on the channel, which again, I'm surprised that I have to get to this one again, honestly, but I figured it's something I should start doing, actually. I'm getting close to 10 days on the channel, and that is basically a monthly recap. And basically, at the very last day of the year, I'm going to look at all the movies I've watched, all the TV shows I watch, or I'm currently watching, and all the games I'm playing, and basically give you guys my general thoughts on them since I don't get a chance to review everything. I think it'd be a fun way to give you guys my thoughts on a lot of the stuff I've been watching and playing. Yeah, I'm surprised I never thought of done this earlier. Like, I don't even know why, honestly. Like, I really have no excuse, honestly. But I figured, when I figured it's something I can do, actually. But basically, I look back through the months. Again, January is never really the most exciting month for any of these stuff. So now I was able to watch a lot of stuff this year. And in terms of the world itself, I really get into that now, but oh no, I hope you guys enjoy. And let me know what I'm gonna talk about down below in the comment section. Let me know if there's something you guys want me to do every month. So I'm up in the bush, got a lot of stuff to talk about, so let's do it. So basically, that's gonna work. I'm going for. Also, I'm gonna look at everything I watched and then talk about my thoughts on them and my quick thoughts on them. So in case you guys want to know my thoughts on certain movies or shows I watch, this is how it goes. So let's just get straight to it. And now we get to the movies. And I actually have seen 10 movies that actually came out this year, actually. Yeah, 10 movies in January. I watch a lot of shit, guys, so a couple that I watched a couple days ago, but I'm basically going to go from a little more rapid fire. I may have more thoughts than others, but all in all, I hope you enjoy it. And at the end of it, I will give my rating of all these movies. And I go for like a 0 to 100 rating scale, so I might do a video explain that at some point down the road, so see if that comes very, very soon. But anyways, the first thing I'll talk about is Wallace and Gromit Vengeance Most Foul. And I don't know whether I should include that in 2021 or 24 Red one. Like, it's only, I think it's gone in 2024, honestly, but anyway, Vengeance Most Foul is a great first movie I watched in the year. Again, an excellent addition to the Wallace and Gromit series. Again, I still need to watch those shorts because of the Red I was doing what I've seen, but it retains a lot of that charm that you expect from Wallace and Gromit. Again, Armin has a nice, successful hit on the ends. Considering that they were on a bit of a slump the last couple movies, this one's a hit. But very charming, beautifully animated, great story, great characters. All can I say? And then we have Dead and Thieves 2 Pandera, which is the sequel to the first Dead and Thieves came out in 2018, which is a film that actually has grown on me a bit. I think I wasn't a huge on when I first saw it, but it's actually grown on me a bit. And I actually enjoyed the sequel too. It's fun of a film I think has some of the same pros and the same cons of the original. But I do think it has some fun characters, I think it has some fun interactions, some fun back and forth, and some pretty solid action and directing. It has some pretty fun moments, but it's a story that we have seen many times before. It doesn't do anything unique with it. It has has some subplots to feel like the ship that cut out the movie, and kind of goes on way too long. So I don't know which one I will say I enjoyed more. Honestly, I'll probably need to watch both of them to remember that. But as right now, I would say it's just as I'll probably will give the same rating I gave as the original. And then we have Wolfman. Wolfman, the latest film from Lee Winnell, and we got the first big disappointment of the year. Now, actually, I don't say Wolfman's a bad movie by any means. I wouldn't say it's like a total disaster. And Lee Winnell can easily come back from this, but I really don't know what happened, honestly. It's one that had a pretty promising start to it, and had some pretty interesting aspects, had some really good performances, and some incredible directing and visuals. It's one of the films that just gets kind of worse as it goes along, and the themes it tries to go for in the first half just are non-existent, and just doesn't really go anywhere. And you get just a pretty stale and empty experience. That's all I can say about it. It's an empty experience. And then we have Flight Risk. Flight Risk. Flight Risk, which is the latest directorial effort from Mel Gibson. And how this movie ended up being bad, I have no fucking idea. Like, wow. And some performances aside, this movie was not tense or entertaining at all. But if you're looking for something I should really at least have fun with, but he tells one of them doesn't know what it wants to do with itself, doesn't know what it wants to accomplish or what it wants to do with the tone and anything, and you just end up feeling a film that just has a big identity crisis. So, yeah, not a good movie in the slightest. Many thanks to you, I'm just going to flow on by. Honestly, got Henry Danger the movie, which is, of course, a movie adaptation of the Nickelodeon show, and similar to that show, I think it's fine, honestly. It's honestly one of the more forgettable movies I saw, honestly. Like, I can at least see what they're trying to go for here, but again, never been a huge Henry Danger person, so I just never really was huge on this movie, so that's all I can really say. Then we have One of Them Days, which is actually a pretty solid buddy cop movie starring Keke Palmer and the film debut of SZA, who again is an incredible musician. And it doesn't really do anything unique with the concept, and can kind of drag at times, but overall, I laughed at least, so that's a good thing I can say. So I do laugh, and Keke Palmer says have solid chemistry, so that's all I asked for. Then we have Back in Action, which is a Netflix action movie starring Jamie Foxx and Cameron Diaz. I think her first movie in many years. And it's just as generic and bland and boring as a Netflix action movie as you expect. And not the worst, but not good either. And then we have Presence, the film that basically marketed itself as a horror movie, but it really isn't a horror movie. Like, Presence is one of those movies that I appreciate and admire more than I actually enjoyed it. Like, I would say it's a solid movie as a whole, honestly. I do kill up trying to do the concept, and it's pretty effective. And the gimmick of trying to do it, basically, it's just it's one of those films that's told by the perspective of the actual supernatural entity. The only issue I find with movies that the family members aren't the most dynamic or interesting in the world. But that's a pretty solid movie that I would say I'd recommend. It's one I think I could see maybe growing on me as years go on, but we'll see how it goes. Then we have Star Trek Section 31, which is by far the worst movie I saw this year. Again, maybe it's because of the fact that I have not seen Star Trek Discovery or any of the Star Trek shows. I've only seen the movies. I'm more like a Star Trek casual fan, honestly, but yeah, this did not feel like a Star Trek movie at all. Like, what? Like, it's one of those people who just don't know what they actually were thinking with the concept and the characters and the execution. But before I know, even people that have seen like Star Trek Discovery, you know, like, really? What? Yeah. And the last movie we'll be talking about here is Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare, the third entry in the Twisted Childhood universe, which is apparently a thing. Which again, this is actually the film one that's not related to Winnie the Pooh. It's got Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey a couple years ago, which, man, it's crazy. Sorry. The first one, which was my worst movie that year, honestly, it's one of the worst movies I've seen in my entire fucking life. But the second was actually pretty decent, actually, and this one's decent as well. I think I prefer P2 Blood and Honey slightly, but hey, I like the use of the Neverland lore here. I like the use of Peter Pan here. They make them pretty creepy and actually pretty effective here. And it wasn't the fact that I really did not. And honestly, if I really enjoyed the characters a little more often, or the story as a whole, honestly, it's one of the films I actually kind of wish I enjoyed more than I did, actually. So it's decent at least. I mean, it's not great, but at least not abomination of the first Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey. So yeah, I'll take what I can get. And for what I got, apparently we can get a Bambi movie this year, a Pinocchio movie, and a Pooniverse movie, Monsters Assemble. Yeah, that's an actual thing, by the way, guys. I'm not joking. They're gonna do like an Avengers style movie with these characters. I am not making it up. Apparently there's a new thing in Hollywood now. Yeah. And now, but now we're gonna get to the TV shows. And I've also seen 10 TV shows that came out this year, actually. A couple of them actually I ended up binging through recently, but yeah, I ended up watching 10 TV shows. Before that, I'm gonna talk about the shows that I'm currently watching. And shows that, again, I'm more talking about shows that the ones I'm more gonna talk about are ones that I have at least one season that came out this year, or ones that I'm currently watching. I'm gonna wait till I finish the whole show before I even talk about it. And basically, here's a quick note on the shows that I'm currently watching: The Middle, Lost, The Sopranos, Gurgen Lugen, Season 4 of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, Legacies, Alexa and Katie, Gossip Girl, Supernatural, I'm on Season 3 of that show, Season 3 of The Traitors, the US, Season 2 of Severance, Shifting Gears, Dexter Original Sin, I'm also going to wait till the show's actually finished before I actually talk about them, and Hell's Kitchen Season 23, which, as I'm filming this week, the finale has not aired yet, so I'm mostly going to see that season for February's recap, so I'm pretty much going to see more fantastic shows when the season actually finishes, or when I finish watching them. And now I'm going to get more thoughts on shows that I've actually finished, or seasons that I actually aired this year that I finished, or shows that I've actually finished, so let's just get straight to them. The first one I'm talking about is What If Season 3, which is by a landslide the worst season of any Marvel show I have ever seen. Which, holy shit, like, what? I'm sorry, but yeah, this season was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. I'm not denying that. This might be the worst Marvel thing I've ever seen any of the MCU has done, period, in my opinion. Like, why? Like there were some decent episodes and some decent concepts, but it's like the show kind of forgot what its concept was. I mean, there's literally an episode where it's called What If Howard the Duck Got Hitched? I am not making that up. They made a story where Howard the Duck and Darcy had a baby. But yeah, they kind of forgot the concept of their own show, and still in Season 1, where I did not like they kind of tried to connect it to the actual multiverse of the MCU, with the whole like Ultron thing. This was still even worse. And honestly, and it doesn't. Also, this season did not make me enjoy Captain Carter, which I actually enjoyed the last 2 seasons, but yeah, I did not enjoy Captain Carter at all this season. They really made him very stew here, and the finale was just lackluster and not fun, and just didn't make much sense at the time. Like, eh? Yeah, but yeah, this season is just not good at all. I mean, massive disappointments. And speaking of disappointment, we have The Bear Season 3, which I would say it's not as bad as I don't say it's like a huge drop off. Like, obviously the first 2 seasons of The Bear are incredible and still master classic television. This one is just a pretty good season. One I just don't think reaches the highs of the first one, and that's okay. Hope in Season 4 rebounds a little bit. And then we have Creature Commandos, which thankfully was not a disappointment. Which is the first official entry in James Gunn's DCU. And it was incredible. Again, like Suicide Squad, this is like the most James Gunn project ever. Again, I'm not going to deny James Gunn said some odd things about his structure in the universe, which I am not denying, obviously. I'm not like defending him. Obviously, when I'm not like a James Gunn that just like glosses over a lot of the stuff that he said. But again, Spider-Man, you can't deny that when he hits, he really hits. He hits basically a group of non-named characters and make them incredibly memorable. And make them incredibly well-developed, interesting, a lot that having great animation, great voice acting, characters that you actually connect with, solid action, and some moments that are just so incredibly heartbreaking. Basically, the balance of what you expect from James Gunn. Very zany, crazy humor, balanced out very well with heartfelt and touching emotional, especially from the Weasel here, like, holy shit. So yeah, this is probably of all the shows I watched so far, this is probably by far my favorite, but it's a show that I can see myself growing on me, and one that, spoiler, you can probably see high up on my 20.5 list, depending on what show I watch this year, but yeah, this is a show that I absolutely love, honestly. Again, bring on Superman. Please God, let Superman be a hit. Please! Please! And now we have Squid Game Season 2, which actually was a pretty good continuation of Season 1, which I also thought was great, honestly, but I never like fully loving a lot of people have, honestly. I don't know why, honestly, but there's a reason why Squid Game was popular, and for good reason. Honestly, I kind of prefer Season 2 Season 1, actually. Not sure why, honestly, but yeah, I need to watch Season 1, but Season 2 was definitely pretty great, honestly, continuing on the interesting story and the interesting elements, with the characters and all that stuff, and I'm probably going to get season 3 later this year, so that's going to be the last one. So, obviously, how this could end will depend on my thoughts on the actual show in general, but hold on, bring it on. And now we go to another disappointment, that is Dune Prophecy. One of the most disappointing shows I have seen in quite a while. What a disappointment. Again, it's fucking Dune! Dune! A Dune TV show could have been one of the biggest magnum opuses of the year. It's a show what no one talked about, and when I watched it myself finally, I can see why. Like, it's not a bad show, honestly, but as Friendly Space Ninja put it, as fellow YouTuber Friendly Space Ninja put it, it's basically like Dune for dummies, like a doubling down of the Dune lore. Like, one of those shows really like talking down to his audience and just has to spoon feed you and explain everything so because it could think you're idiots. Yeah, it's one of those shows. What ends up being like a bad show is definitely the excellent performances and excellent, of course, the excellent cinematography and the directing that you expect from Dune at this point. It's really more the writing and the storytelling that's really a major issue here. Not bad, but it could have been like one of the biggest magnum opuses ever. But now I'm gonna show this just And next we get to Star Wars Skeleton Crew. Man, the one show that people decide not to watch has the lowest viewership ever actually ends up being a pretty good show. Now, the Skeleton Crew is probably not the best Star Wars show out there. It's definitely one of the more kid-friendly Star Wars shows, but that's kind of what makes it stand out, actually. Yeah, see Star Wars, you see what it can do when you actually make a character stand out, when you actually don't feel like you have to connect to a lot of still elements of Star Wars, or feel like you're trying to do your own thing. You realize that you can still be successful doing that, right, guys? You realize that, right? Right? But yeah, Skeleton Crew Season 1 actually was a pretty good season, actually. You know, Jude Law was great, the characters are actually pretty interesting, and it's a very simple, fun show, but it managed to stand out. Yeah, a Star Wars show that managed to actually stand out and I feel like it has to connect everything. Yeah. But anyways, the next show we have is 1883. It's talking about 1899, I don't know why I'm confused that, but this is basically a show that basically ended up being on Netflix like in 2023, and it was from the same creators of Dark, which, if you guys have not checked out Dark on Netflix, what in the world are you doing? Don't watch any about this show, and just watch it for yourselves. That's all I'm gonna say. And show basically has a lot of the same elements and you expect from that show, honestly. It's really one of those shows that I'm like, how did it get canceled after one season? Like really from that and stuff, honestly, but it has a great world, it has great aspects to it in terms of the characters, in terms of the storytelling. Like, has some very unique aspects to it that make it so compelling to watch. And some of the Dark, that's all I'm gonna say about that, honestly. Like these are the type of shows that I would recommend watching just for yourselves. And not only about that. And the two other shows I'm going to go rapid fire. We have Abbott Elementary Season 3 and Season 4 is Killing Eric. And it's like Abbott Elementary is the definition of a coffin show. It's a show that's very simple, but easily digestible. Moving from the characters, the storytelling, or just the simple themes and the simple heartwarming aspect of the show. Like, it's one of those shows you just always have a big grin on your face when it comes on. And then we have Season 3 of The Traitors UK, which I think is actually another pretty good season of The Traitors UK. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say, because eventually I'm going to do a ranking on my Sparks.pedia channel, so stay tuned with that. And the last show I'll talk about here is Craig of the Creek Season 6, which is the final season of Craig of the Creek. Which, you guys know, this show actually was high up on my favorite Cartoon Network shows list, and also was on my favorite shows, period. Again, this is easily like the best modern Cartoon Network show, and it's not even close. Yeah, I know Adventure Time Team Needed first came out, but I can never get into that show for some reason, but I've only seen one season of it, and I've got finished the rest thing, and every time I try to watch Adventure Time, I just never get into it again. I still don't know why, guys. I'm sorry, I still don't know why, but that's a story for another day. But yeah, Craig Creek is one of the most wholesome, uniquely heartwarming shows you will ever come across. one that just puts a big grin on your face when it becomes known from the themes of the characters, the likability of the characters, the exploration, the creek, and everything. Like, your heart just so whenever it's on screen. So, I might watch some episodes to film this video, but yeah, we had the final season, and what a great final season it was, and it ended the show so beautifully and perfectly. Last week on the shows which ended. Again, story for another day. And now we're going to talk about the video games I played. Of course, I'm talking about the ones I played for the first time. In this one, I have played 3 games. And currently I have three ones I'm currently playing. Like, I recently started my playthrough of Persona 5 Royal. Again, taking my time in that game, Persona 5 Royal. I started Okami, since the sequel had been announced, so I figured I'd finally that game. And I've started Final Fantasy 13. As I'm trying my people along the mainline games, and eventually this year I do plan on doing a ranking video of all the games. So I'm playing for the Final Fantasy 3 trilogy, 15 trilogy, and Rebirth. So hopefully I should be those games this year. Now I'll do a ranking on all the Final Fantasy games. So stay tuned for that. But let's talk about the 3 games I played. First one we have is Prototype, which I honestly don't have much to say about. It's like, it's a pretty good game actually. It's one I've been meaning to play for a while, but it's a game that I don't think like blows you away or anything. But it has some really unique, fun elements to it. It has a pretty compelling narrative, and while it may have some occasional frustrating moments, the technical controls, it's one that I would actually recommend watching. Like it is like normally very similar to Infamous, and I actually debate one actually think it's a better game actually. But Prototype is one I would say I still recommend. And speaking of Final Fantasy, we have Final Fantasy X-2, which is kind of a continuation of Final Fantasy X. Anyway, I did beat Final X like a couple years ago, and I'll take it. This show was also on my game was also on my favorites of all time list. I did those lists because I check those out. So also because the world's gonna be done in X-2. Again, like Persona 5 Royal, it's a game I try to take my time with. Like when it comes to like very long JRPGs, I try to take my time with them because, well, again, they're very long games. But X-2, actually, was actually a pretty good entry. Like, I don't think it reaches the highs of Final Fantasy X. Because it does feel definitely different to the game, honestly. And it may have to be off. I mean, the opening cutscene is infinitely the opening cutscene is infinitely known for having some Yona and a couple of girls basically just singing a concert, which is far from the tone of the original game. It's a bit like a goofy game and a silly one, but yeah, Princess Dan knows what it is and goes for it. And there's elements that actually makes a couple elements of the game a lot better. And one occasion can have the frustrating minigame and elements to it. Again, some of the original game, this is one that actually see myself growing on me. So overall, X-2, I thought it was a pretty good game. Actually had a lot of fun combat elements. Was definitely different enough from the original game that I would still recommend it if you play the original. And then we get to the last one, which is the first game I beat this year, and that is Super Mario RPG. Yes, I'm continuing on with the Mario train, people. And if those are in the last, since I got my Nintendo Switch, I'm trying to breeze through a lot of the Mario games that I've not played yet. So the Nintendo games I've not played yet, honestly, like I beat a couple last year. I think, like last year I beat A Thousand Year Door, which ended up was my favorite game I played last year. And at some point this year, I do plan on playing Odyssey finally. I do plan on beating that game finally. I've had it since I got the Switch, but never beat it for some reason. And Mario RPG definitely isn't the favorite, but doesn't do as the best. And now on the show, and honestly, I don't know what I can say, but Mario RPG, as already been said, a fantastic game with incredible graphics, great characters, relatively gameplay, and a pretty fun story to boot. Yeah, Mario RPG is gonna be like the most like memorable part of a Mario game. Like, honestly, like this game, Paper Mario, doesn't do probably my top 3 favorite Mario games. And also Sparks of Hope is also great, and the Rouse one's also great as well. So I know the RPG ones are always my favorites actually. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed me talking about all the stuff I've watched and played throughout January. Again, let me know if you guys want to see more of this and every month down the road. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on all the movies I mentioned, all the shows I watched, and all the games I played. I'll love to know your thoughts on all of them down below in the comment section. And I'm excited for actually hope to continue this series and do this for every month. And yeah, this one's like it's going to be released at the till end, like the last day of the month. So stay tuned with that. I am Simworld from Simworld Legends. I will see you next time as always. Stay cool, Abete. Peace.